bigger horsepower but forcing the manoeuvrability.
All control where we've been, so the spreader is automatically turning on and turning off as we go up and down the field.
People who work in farming, fisheries, forestry, etc., those kind of industries are often known to not.
Oh look guys, we're back at Ben Burgess, our favourite people. Welcome to the Royal Norfolk Show then, Fenlanders. What's the plan for today then, Anna? Go to the toilet to start with.
Go for a win.
A little
food.
Baby bladders, bit of food, and then filming. We're going to have a wander around, show you the animals, show you all the machinery we can find.
Norfolk Show!
Norfolk Show, yay! And we're trying not to get drunk with all free beer, so I think Ben Burgess is around the corner. We got a bacon roll at Ben Burgess first of all. So we'll go and get some food and then we'll see what we can see.
Did you just come here to dance?
You're filming me and I'm filming you.
Hey!
Dancing with a tune. Happy farmer.
Bacon roll.
I got myself some bacon.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What did you just say to me? You can't drink, so you're going to get fat.
Well, I'm working on it. Nobody wants to see a drunk farmer on camera, do they?
So we're just heading to the main ring.
Yeah.
So Ben Burgess is doing a demonstration. Hands-free tractor and a sprayer. But yeah, let's go find out, shall we?
So it's a good start to the day, isn't it? We got a demonstration to go and watch and we can't find it. Oh, there's loads of tractors. Sprayer over there, Anna. Let's walk over there. Cool old stuff. Hey, we found it. And in the nick of time, didn't we? Oh, that was a long old walk. I've burnt all my bacon off now. Ah, we need to get a flag like that. Everyone needs a flag on their tractor.
Oh yeah, look, he's driving it hands-free.
But,
You see that?
oh, it's Sat-Nav's driving him.
Yeah, that's the hands-free tractor.
Alright, what? You don't have to do anything.
I'm assuming not.
You don't have to turn around at the end, you don't have to press any buttons at the end or anything like that.
Are you ready? Yeah.
And round she goes.
Good morning everybody. We're now going to start the agricultural demonstrations. And first up we have Ben Burgess.
Hey, crowd goes wild. Yay! How you doing, you right?
Good morning everybody. Welcome to the demonstration arena. Part of our key precision ag technologies is the yellow dome on the roof. Some people say, have questioned me already this morning, what is that yellow dome for? This is our GPS receiver. It's controlling our tractor with also the control station inside and driving this to 2 centimetre accuracy, pass to pass. Why do we need this technology? This is to enable the operator to travel up and down the field in parallel lines and also keep the working whip to the accurate as he passed the field. This particular tractor is running RTK. Give a brief description of RTK, Stuart, and what accuracy we're running. I was then going to stop because we already have GPS, RTK, X, Y, Z, and the people out here, do you understand what that all means? So I've got a GPS on my watch, but that's not going to steer me down the field. Well, what that receiver is actually doing is looking up into the sky and looking at all the different satellites that are available. As we stand here today, they can be picking up to 30 different receivers. It's not talking to them, it's just simply measuring the time that it takes to get from that tractor cab to the GPS, or satellite in effect, and back down again. You get lots and lots of those signals, we can pinpoint exactly where that tractor is. If that's not good enough, on the back of that yellow dome on the roof is an aerial, and that's picking up the ground-based signal. So that's quicker, and therefore that gives us that level of accuracy. 2.5 centimetres is what that machine will guide to, steer to, and then laterally spread to. It's all about efficiency, making the best of that investment,
and then targeting the product for environmental reasons and the health of that plant to get the maximum yield.
Within this tractor here, obviously we spoke about GPS and guidance. Who's been across Norfolk countryside or any countryside seen these nice tram lines going up and down the field? Well, this machine is there to follow them. As he goes up and down the field as well, either on auto steer or manual, we are controlling the fertiliser sprayer on the back to put out the correct product where we want it. Not only controlling if it goes in and outside boundary, we don't want it to go outside the field, so we control where that goes, but also control where we've been, so the spreader is automatically turning on and turning off as we go up and down the field.
Talk about tram lines. Two-wheel marks going across the countryside in the cereal crops, the root crops. If you look over that away and look at some of the older technology, we didn't have GPS receivers. We steered by eye, and it was a good skill to drive a straight line. At the end of the day, we don't want to double apply. We don't want to overlap. Even back in the 50s, that was not the done thing. So, more accurate a driver, the better. So if we're feeding the plant as we go up and down, adding fertiliser out the back, we don't really want to give one plant double and then the other plant none. So if we can keep those lines dead straight, the right width apart, calibrate the machine to throw that distance, then everyone's a winner. If you overlap, it's a bit like having 4 roast dinners on a Sunday afternoon. You don't feel too good that evening. Whereas one sets you up for the week, good meal, and you've got the energy to take you into Monday morning. It's the same in the crop world. We want to feed the crop evenly, target the inputs, and get an even application. If you then drive too close to the ditch, then that's going to spread it into the watercourse, and we don't want to do that either. A, because it doesn't help our crop grow. B, it doesn't help the gross margin. And C, environmentally, we don't want it in our watercourses.
As we travel up and down the field, this tractor has been connected to the cloud, and we've sent it a prescription. So we've told it what to do and what to put where. We've got 4 posts here, 10 metres squared, and that's our image of this field.
So on the back of this machine, you can see the Kuhn spreader will variably apply or spread product. Many of these products are nutrients for the soil or nitrogen for the crop to aid its growth and healthiness. First of all, we can analyse the soil so we know what nutrients are deficient and what have excess so that we can target the inputs. So as this machine travels up and down, I can feed a map into the controller and it will know, for instance, that that's the light end and that's the heavy end. And when I say light and heavy, I mean clay and sand, and target accordingly. Once the crop starts to grow, we can be a bit cleverer. So back up to our satellites, so they can take pictures. You've all, I'm sure, had a look on Google Earth, but the ones that we use are taking a measurement of the crop. One leaf will reflect light, but the chlorophyll is reflecting. The satellite can take a picture of that. If you have double the reflectance, i.e. double the crop, then we can indicate the good part and the bad part. And these 4 markers here are the resolution. So like when you take a picture with your new iPhone, you get a really fancy resolution and lots of dots. Our satellite is taking a picture of the crop in these 10 metre squares. So literally every 10 metres square of the field, we have a reading. From that, we then send out people to calibrate that image and then feed the crop accordingly. So for the nitrogen application, we might actually feed the poorer bits to start with to aid them along. Later on, we might do the reverse, subject to where that plant is in the crop cycle. The map will then have the kilograms per hectare. So for argument's sake, we might only be flying 100 kilograms a hectare. So if you think of Carrow Road football pitch, that's about 70 kilos, so 3 bags of 25 kg dog food across the whole of Carrow Road football pitch. The variable application, we can then vary according to that satellite picture.
We'll now demonstrate hands-free steering between the two headlands. So a headland is at either end of the field. He'll now put the tractor in gear and now start to drive forward.
He can actually concentrate on the machine at the back and let the tractor do the hard work and make sure that the application is working behind.
Joe is now total hands-free. As he comes to the headland at the other end of this arena, watch what happens to the tractor. The tractor will now start to slow down. As he reaches the headland mark here, about 18 metres from the end, the tractor will now turn. The front weight is automatically lifted up, and also you'll see the fertiliser spreader lifted up. Thank you for Joe for that brief demonstration. John Deere 6215R tractor with John Deere R962i sprayer. Wings of steel, as you now see, that unfolds. This particular model of sprayer has got a 36-metre wingspan, 6,200 litre solution tank on board. That's enough to fill an Olympic swimming pool after 480 visits to it. Sprayer as well is using exactly the same technology as what we use on our fertiliser spreaders. The cab design is the same, the GPS design is the same, and also how we set up and control the sprayer within section control and GPS control is very much similar to how we control all of our other implements. Jamie is now lowering the boom down to about, well, probably 75 centimetres off the ground for this demonstration. Actually it looks about a metre. But typically what we're aiming to do is run the spray boom about 50 centimetres off the top of the crop. This is to give the best canopy coverage. So you'll now see as Jamie starts to cross the field, there was a gap missing. You can see our individual nozzle control. These are spaced at every 50 centimetres. You'll see that some are turning on and off as he goes across the field. This is because in this particular arena, we've marked out some no spray zones. So using this technology, we can demonstrate here how section control is working. You can see there, individual nozzles now turning on and off. How section control is working to spray the coverage or spray the crop. We can even use this technology to target weeds, so we only spray where we need to spray. And as it comes to the headland, you'll see the boom now lifted up and the sprayer is turned off exactly on our 18 metre mark.
72 individual nozzles along that boom, i.e. the width of the sprayer, and that GPS on the roof, the yellow dome, is controlling every single one of those. It knows where it is in relation to the tractor, and the computer map that is underneath will then target those applications on and off. So even if the tractor's turned at an angle and the right hand side is in effect behind you, the left hand side is forward, the computer's calculated that to know exactly where that area is of the boom and can then switch on. You'll also notice on the boom there's two like hair dryers that stick out the front of it. They're actually pulsing down to the ground to know how high it is off the ground. So in a working situation, that would be controlling the height, so you've got an even application across the boom, as well as the forward speed being managed by the GPS. That concludes our inner demonstration now.
From Ben Burgess, we're just down that avenue on the right hand side. You can't miss us, we've got the biggest combine on the show stand here, so you'll see that in the front. So if you want to come and say hello, if you want to learn any more. Within the Demo business, within this technology, there's a lot of opportunities for young people, for careers, for apprenticeships, employment, many different roles within our company, not only from a tractor engineer to using some of the latest technology, demonstration, sales and things like that. So if you'd like to learn more about what we do, come along to the Ben Burgess stand.
Basically, so it's level like this, it follows the floor like this. Booms move in and out like that, and they also move up and down, wings, the middle. It's got 3 sensors, I think, and the wings follow, and the middle follows.
Right.
Where's Joe when you need him?
I know, right?
And the wings will also bend at the end, down. Amazing stuff, really.
Yeah, it is.
Nice combine. We need to get one of these X9s on demo. We'll be done in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That'd be done so quickly.
5 minutes.
Mazzotti. Look, you was worried about sitting under the spray yesterday when I drove over here. You can walk under there without even bending down too much. Go on in, off you go. See, it's a smart sprayer, isn't it?
It's really cool.
Wonder if we could get one of these on demo.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
That would be cool.
Would you guys like to see a demo of it? I'd like to see a demo of it. Cool, there's some cool stuff around here, isn't there? This Yanmar stuff looks cool. Anna,
Yeah.
found you a perfect size digger for you. You little baby. Alright then. Alright Daniel? Yeah, not bad. You've grown a bit since last time I saw you. Looking forward to being on YouTube.
Yeah.
Daniel, who are you talking to?
What's your name, Reese again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting everybody's name.
And his friend behind.
And what's the name behind?
Oh, you've got to know him.
No, I don't know, I can't remember his name. Go on, say your name. George.
George.
George. So we're here on the Ben Burgess stand, aren't we?
Yeah.
We found the biggest. We found the biggest child of them all. Grumpy Grandad. Grumpy Grandad's doing a. What are you doing? Just driving around?
I'm on the wrong side of the road.
Look at the skill. You can see it a little bit. Oh no, you crashed it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, we're in a loader.
Now I've promised a great big tractor that I could possibly sit in, so I mean, what can you offer me?
We've got big tractors, big combines, we've got little tractors, we've got gators, we've got diggers, we've got all sorts.
Alright, which one? Let's pick one. Let's do the rest of this inside a tractor, because I mean, I was promised to do something inside a tractor.
So I managed to collar Ben Turner.
So yeah, Ben Turner. My great-grandfather founded the company alongside two others in 1931.
How many depots you got about? Started about?
7.
7 depots.
Seven
Yeah.
plus a ground scale specific.
And we've been dealing with you since I think 92. Yeah, you're not even that old, are you? Yeah. Things you're doing for rural community.
We'd like to do a bit of charity work every now and then.
Yeah.
Still a Bacon Hospice is a really, really worthwhile cause.
This is kind of one of the things that we like doing about the YouTube thing. If we can raise awareness of some of the charities and stuff.
We're a local business. We like to support other local businesses and local charities. Those that give back in the local area.
You work with Norfolk Young Farm
Yes,
Farm?
yeah. Yep. So no, we do a lot with those guys. And again, if we and the wider industry don't invest in the seed corn of our business and our industry, then no one else is going to. So I'm being honest. There's some tech that's flying about. Why wouldn't you want to put that in front of young, intelligent people that want to get on and show them, give them a bit of excitement and fire them up? You look at the value of what you're doing here today, and you could say, oh, someone's going to come and see a cultivator they haven't seen before, and they might go for it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Equally, you might get someone who's 3 years old, jump up in the cab of a tractor and get a photo that sits on their shelf for the next 20 years and defines their career moves as they go forward. So
all I want to do is be a farmer like my dad, and if they can work for Ben Burgess or a farm locally even.
Or get into the industry in any way.
Talking of young farmers, you still eligible to get in young farmers?
No, I don't think so.
You out of that?
I think ancient farmers.
I am gutted. I was like, they were like, oh, it only goes up to 30, and I was like, well, I'm 7 years now. I was like,
look at the greys, Dick. They'll kick you straight out.
I think you two should start your own club. Yeah, just for men farmers.
Yeah, I would.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Shake hands again. They said it was a Royal Norfolk Show, but I thought that was because of me. Let's see if we can get her on film. You two are on camera now. Give a wave, marketing gurus. Hey, there we go. See, coming out yourself.
There you go. Film? Are you filming?
Yeah. There we go.
And you too. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Yes, gorgeous, isn't it? May I introduce to Alice as one of our new salespeople?
Nice to meet you.
And Adam. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, stand at the end of the line. Number 1 potato farmer.
That's an idiot.
Number 1 idiot.
No, I've been with the company.
Anybody else here?
You had enough of royalty yet, Dad?
You can't get enough of royalty, can you?
That's what I said. It's the first time I've seen royalty since I dropped the Queen's potatoes off.
Yeah.
You went the first time, didn't you? Had a cup of tea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. What's new on the stand today?
Well, I've only just arrived, but I imagine the X9 Combine is probably the thing that's going to create most interest.
Yeah.
So this year is really probably where we've got nearly 25 in the field now in different locations, but mainly in East Anglia, obviously, and Ben Burgess would be our biggest seller of the X9 combine. We market it as 100 tons an hour machine.
Yeah.
And then actually all the customers have kind of that have had a lot of experience with the machine have kind of verified that it's well capable of 100 tons.
The competition's got some catching up.
A lot of the drive trains through the combine would be there to save power.
Yeah.
So we're doing it with a lot of power saving functions. We're also doing it with very much grain quality in mind and very much straw quality in mind, as well as having versatility, because that platform's got to, as well as work in Norfolk, it's got to work in North America, it's work in South America, across the world.
It's got to work everywhere, different conditions.
And so small grains, large grains.
Wow, this is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is huge, but it still has a transport width of 3.5 metres.
Yeah.
And it still has an overall height with the grain tanks down, obviously at 4 metres. That's the envelope that we have to all live by. It's a big combine, it's a longer wheelbase essentially.
Yeah.
But in terms of movability, you know, we've not sacrificed. I mean, the thing that's really transformed all combines, and obviously this one is the new header technology.
Yeah.
And that's a hinged draper header.
You can see all the hinge mechanism in the back here.
So it's like having, in this case it's a 40-foot header, but it's like having two separate 20-foot headers that hinge.
Yeah.
So, you know, that allows a much better following of ground conditions and contours.
Yeah, it's an amazing bit of kit.
Yeah, so the unique thing here is the depth of the belt.
Yeah.
So that it's a draper header, so it's two belts, you know, converging in the centre, but it's the depth. So this is most of them are about 0.8, 800 millimetres from the sort of auger. Well, the length of the depth of the belt. This is 1200 millimetres. So we've dramatically increased the.
Get everything settled down before it goes to the middle.
And we've got this grain. I know it's a small thing, but we've got this grain saver belt. So these little kind of crosses allow small grains, particularly oilseed rape, not to allow the migration.
Yeah, not to allow it to run back off the header.
But the secret is to cut it, lay it flat, so everything goes in head first, because whenever we get that on a combine, performance goes up. Because if you think about it, it's easier to strip grain off that way. So head first is the secret. You know, when you put this header on any combine, your noise goes down in your cab because it's feeding much more evenly. Straw quality goes up. You know, performance goes up. It's you know, we can't supply this combine with anything else but this header on it.
Yeah,
it's the only header.
Can you put this header on other combines? Say if someone's got an older style of combine.
The interface is the same. So, you know, we've got 3 different versions of draper header. We've got this, which we call the hinge draper. Then we've got fixed draper, but it can come with either a flex knife or a fixed knife.
Yeah.
And that goes on. That can go on any of our combines.
Yeah.
So we're only just starting to see 6R platforms coming through. We've got a few highlight new models, so we've made some adjustments to horsepowers. Principally, we've now come out with a larger 4-cylinder. So the largest 4-cylinder previously was this one, which is a 6R 130, but now we make a 6R 150.
Yeah.
So it keeps it in that platform sizes, but all the time we're keeping weight the same, but increasing horsepower. That will be a really popular tractor, and probably less so in the UK, but more across overseas. A lot of those side tractors are sold in Scandinavia and things like that.
Where people want the bigger horsepower but 4-cylinder manoeuvrability.
It's all about power to weight ratio, so you know it's about having more power but not increasing weight. And the other one is the 6185. We don't have one here, they're just starting to come through now, but that's a 6-cylinder lightweight chassis, but sits at 185 rated, 204 max, and that's proving to be incredibly popular. So we've sold an awful lot of those. And what we're trying to do with all these machines is get to axle weights in the field below 6 tons, because and then put the biggest tyres that we can physically fit, so we get tyre pressures into single digits, and that way we mitigate any damage in the field as far as soil. Mazzotti, it's an Italian company, as you know, very, very strong in specialist sprayers in the mid zone, which is the reason we were interested, because that specialist market we weren't involved in at that stage. So John Deere purchased entirely Mazzotti 5 or 6 years ago now, and so we inherited all that technology. But in that time, the self-propelled, so this one particularly has now inherited a majority of it is John Deere technology. So it's got a new John Deere cab on it. It's got John Deere power train, particularly the engine. It's obviously got all the Green Star precision ag technology, but really most importantly, it's got John Deere wet side. So the power spray, this centrifugal pump and direct rate control, which is so important, is now on this. So really, yes, some of the running gear remains Mazzotti, but you know, that's what we wanted. We wanted a slightly, more lower cost machine. Yeah. That's the right phrase. We're not going to badge it as
a mid-sized machine.
Yeah, a lighter mid. That's probably the phrase to use. But we wanted all the John Deere technology. We know it works so well. So that's why this is becoming really important to us, and actually quite popular already. So
it's a good-looking sprayer.
Yeah,
I like it.
And we didn't have a front cab. with previously, and that some people like that. Some people, you know, it's a personal choice at the end of the day. But now, of course, we deliver that.
I mean, horses for courses, isn't it? Every other manufacturer seems to have a front-mounted cab. I've got the 5430, and I like my seat position in the middle of the spray.
Some people use the analogy you can't ride a donkey by sitting on its head.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's a good
that works for some people, it doesn't work for others.
There is so much to see here, isn't there? Where do you think we're going?
Yana.
Where? Two lost tourists.
The 80s.
Cattle stuff. We buy a cattle crush, Anna, and we can put Dad in it when he annoys us. Grumpy Grandad goes in cattle crush.
Or you.
Or more likely. Huh? Wow, parachuters! Right into the sun. Wow. How close are they getting now? Are they getting any closer? Getting closer, but they're also looking straight into the sun. It's a bad time to drop a £1 coin out in your pocket, wouldn't it? Does look like a load of fun, doesn't it?
You can assure me 100% that parachute's going to open.
We do like Travis Pastrana done, Dad, and just jump out without a parachute. Get hooked up.
I don't think so.
These are air fresheners.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
I'm a bit sway.
I don't think they're quite the same as deodorant.
Oh, okay, yeah, don't worry.
Nice try.
You can only try.
So my name is Sophie Bambridge, and I am just a volunteer for Yana. My day job is running a farming business. I think Yana is a great charity, so I've been involved with them for probably about 2 or 3 years now. I was keen to help give back. What I really like about Yana is it is a charity which is to help raise awareness and hopefully ultimately improve the mental health of those in the rural communities in East Anglia. And it's a really great charity because it's trying to normalise conversations about mental health.
Definitely.
And talking to each other, which is something that people who work in farming, fisheries, forestry, etc., those kind of industries are often known to not talk about.
It's quite an isolated business, isn't it? Farming and that sort of work, it's quite isolated, so you can be on your own a long time, so you've not really got that colleague to talk to so much, or if you're sat in a tractor all day on your own.
Yes, absolutely, that's it. And also generally tends to be more male dominated, and as we know, typically men tend to struggle to talk a bit more as well. So they raise awareness. We also offer free counselling sessions for those who really are in need of support. They're fully confidential, and you can just phone or email if you feel more comfortable with that. We also run mental health first aid training courses, and what we're doing here today really is just trying to make sure that people are aware we're here. If they want to find out more about us because they've heard of us but don't know enough, then we're here hopefully to talk to. We've got our lovely air fresheners, which are great for tractors, lorries, vans, cars, anything, and they are a useful reminder of not only that we're there and our number and our email address, but also some things to say. Okay. Because sometimes people recognise someone struggling, but they just don't know what to say or how to approach it. We've also got badges, car stickers, tractor stickers. This can go on the back of a lorry trailer. We've got our tractor facts to help. That's really about things to say if you think someone's in real crisis, possibly feeling suicidal. Those are window stickers, and we're here if people want to find out more how they can help, or if they want to sign up for some mental health first aid training or something like that. And over there is Emma, who's actually the charity manager.
Okay.
Hi. I'm probably far more qualified.
I think you've done really well.
Yeah, you've done really excellent. Thank you. One question I was going to say that I'd just like to get maybe on camera.
Yes.
What are some warning signs to look out for?
Struggling with sleep or appetite, if anything's changed in particular. If you're looking at somebody else, have they become more withdrawn? Has their behaviour altered? Are they becoming is their temper shorter to kind of break or something like that. But I think sometimes the hardest thing is when often people who are in crisis are very good at creating a
mask.
Yes, and sometimes it's hard to detect. So I think the best thing to do is really always ask somebody, and there's a good tagline of ask twice.
Yes.
So you ask somebody if they're okay, and you don't just react to the first yes, I'm fine. You ask again,
are you really okay?
Are you really okay?
I think you pretty much described every farmer that I know.
Yes, they all seem fine.
Yeah, they all seem fine. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But of course in farming it can be, it's not just you get in a tractor and you go. You know, at the moment, as we've touched upon in our channel, finances are big at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's a big stressor and can kind of cause that spiral effect, especially if you feel on your own. So yeah, having that helpline is just really beneficial.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And just about Ben Burgess, they've been really supportive of Jana. So they put these stickers on all of their demo fleet of tractors that go out to various farms out and about in the region, and they often support us at their different events. If they have open days, they do their lights, their Christmas lights, where they light up all the tractors and the combines, everything. It looks fantastic, and they always make sure that they're promoting Jana and trying to raise funds. So they're a great partner, and because they're so present and recognisable for so many farmers and people in the farming industry, but not only that, also gardening, horticulture, etc. as well.
It's a fairly solitary lifestyle, isn't it? So.
Yeah, we're hopefully able to be visible to a number of different people who we can hopefully help.
As well, having someone like Ben Burgess, obviously as a farmers, you guys have worked with him for ages, so it can kind of make it a bit more accessible.
Yes.
Whereas if you were kind of on your own, it'd be sort of a bit harder maybe to approach. Whereas if you're like, oh well, they work with Ben Burgess, I know Ben Burgess, it's quite familiar.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And also, I think the other reason why it's important for us to work with people like Ben Burgess and other organisations like that is they're often the people who are in contact with those people who are working in quite isolated day-to-day sort of fashion. So they can often be the ones who might be able to recognise a problem.
And last question, how can our viewers find Jana?
So we are on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all as Jana Help. And there's also the website, which is janahelp.org, and also everybody can suffer with their mental health, regardless of size, age, privilege. You know, people think I've got good income, I've not got many worries, why should my mental health suffer? Well, it's like physical health. Anybody can become unwell, regardless of how previously physically,
and also you can put that on yourself as well, because you can think, oh well, other people have it worse, so I shouldn't feel this way, but it doesn't. It's you still feel that way as well.
Yes, exactly. You could be the most physically fit person in the world, but it doesn't stop you from getting a cold. It's exactly the same with mental health. So we're trying to change the conversation.
Last question.
Yes.
Can I have a badge?
Of course you can. Yes.
Can he have a good boy sticker?
Yes.
Sticker as well.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh look guys, we're back at Ben Burgess.
Our favourite people.
Our favourite people. I'm just gutted that Joe's not here today.